What up?
Hey.
Hey, we might get Scar in here too for a fucking
tight.
Dream Squad.
tight.
I just want to ask you guys questions because you guys are going to know more. I think we got to stop hanging out with Leffen. I'm sorry, but I did not know he hated disabled people so much. And that is...
Agreed.
It's crazy how Leffen looks like a total actual psychopath asshole. Like a true fucking, like, I wouldn't want to be in a dark alley with him. Like,
True, because then you're like, okay, well, this guy's really fucking problematic and a huge asshole, but maybe people got hype over his gameplay. At least maybe he's got that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then he starts beating people, and it's
like the saddest music.
It's the saddest music. H-Box is Armada lost, and it's so sad.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Like, damn, people must have really hated that.
Yeah.
Mango got what I think is called a compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The bread is compliments. And there's some stuff in the middle that, a little tough to swallow. Leffen is what do they call it? It is an open-faced sandwich. Okay?
With no meat, actually. It's actually four slices of bread.
Yeah.
No, other way around. It's all meat. I'm sorry.
You gotta eat that shit with a fork.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this like the end of the doc is gonna say some nice things about them. I'm assuming there's gonna be bread. There might not even be bread under there. It just might be shit on a plate.
It might just be shit. It might just like a bunch of moldy bread and shit. Yeah, I don't know. The worst sandwich I've ever seen in my life was what they gave Leffen. You know what I would have loved to see is a little bit more on how good the gods were when the friend of the producer famous scene, right? Where they just show like there's levels here, right? And Scar talks about it in this doc. But it would have been so cool to just show, I don't know, a god versus another player, or
Even with the first time we had Wife versus Ken, for example, we talked about that a little moment.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. That would have been a really cool. It could have been, it could have been a lot of people. I was saying, someone in my chat I thought it was actually a really interesting question. It was like, is there anyone you felt got slighted? I shouted out Axe because I think 2010 looking from the outside in, because I was in Japan for your 2010, 2011. And I was watching all the American tournaments, thinking when I come back to America, I'm gonna start going to these again. Fucking Pikachu, he's top handing everything.
Yeah, that would have been a good way to tell it. Like if they just told these little side stories of people who wanted to beat even one god, and they struggled, and it was their whole life mission to beat the one god in their region. And maybe they squeak one out, maybe they don't, but like that helps you, because I think the overall narrative of this whole doc is like how the five gods came to be, how they fell, So I think a little bit more of how good they were helps build that anime hype. But again, I'm nitpicking because I do love this doc and I love what he's doing and it's great, but
it isn't it. I agree.
But
no, you're so right. You're so right.
That's just what I would love, because
we're getting the Leffen Godslayer, first guy to beat all five gods, which you hear that and you're like, okay, intellectually speaking, like that must mean it's very hard to beat all of them. But then you actually go and look at the people ranked 6 through 10. How many gods did
forever? Forever. I mean, for years and years and years, these guys just didn't have a chance. And so when Leffen did it, at least that would have helped make his story seem good. Because like, okay, you hate him. He hates disabled people. He hates them. He just fucking hates disabled people. That's established. Let's establish that over and over.
Yeah, really
it's a fact. If you are disabled, don't talk to Leffen, okay?
Yeah.
And then at least he's beating these gods that could not lose. And I thought, I don't know. It almost
throw him a bone.
Yeah, throw him a bone. Give a man something. Hey, Scar.
What's up,
the voice of Melee, the new wife.
Right now.
Okay, so 2014, Scar and Toph, top of the world, biggest names in Melee, and he gets invited to cast the E3 reveal of Smash 4. All right, so they give him that custom profile picture that he has, and he's wearing a suit for the first time. I think I've seen him on commentary. Yeah. And he goes up, and he gets to play the game all day before he goes live, just like to get a feel for it. All right. So he's playing it behind the scenes, and we're all especially for me, because I haven't been through Brawl as a community member. Like I didn't remember Brawl with such negative memories because I wasn't around in the scene. And so for me, I'm like, Melee's fucking rules. Smash 4 is going to be awesome. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so me and BenSW drive all the way down. We road trip from NorCal to E3. We drive all the way there. We get there. We're sitting in the front row. We're super excited. They're showing off the game. And we meet Scar behind in the side area behind the stage, like just say what's up. And we're like, yo, how is it? How's the game? He looks left. He looks right. fucking sucks. That was the first. And then 5 minutes later, you go on stage, you're like, Smash 4, it's great. Like get excited, people. It's so funny. It was so funny.
Like, because it was such a surreal experience. And I think part of the reason we'd hoped for it was because they invited a lot of Melee.
Yeah, it was like showing.
They invited they didn't invite Mewtwo King. They invited Pew Pew You.
Yeah. Like they knew their shit. Like they picked the right people. They were like, this is good. Yeah, it felt like they were reaching out to the competitive community.
But we were so full of hope.
I know. I mean, everyone was just riding high on Smash fever.
Because we were like, look, this is kind of, whatever. No one's saying this makes you the best fucking player in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but we were like, hey, this is the first time Nintendo's extending us an olive branch. And this is the first time we have aligned to them at all because they've been completely radio silent before.
And the momentum.
And the momentum
of the year. Like everyone's going up. Like Smash is rising all year. Everyone's feeling like Smash has got this big energy. Twitch hires 2 new people for Smash. Viewership's going up, and Nintendo's finally reaching out. Who knows what will happen in 2015? Who knows what happened in 2016? Like this is all. It felt like a really positive trend that ultimately, didn't pan out. But
there was it's funny because like we used to say stuff like we've kind of made that. There's kind of been that narrative for so long that it almost feels cheesy. These days, like when you talk about, East Coast style, West Coast style, all this stuff, it's like, but back then it really was true. And like Mango had this kind of style. And then, Armada. And I remember in Genesis 1, when Armada was tearing things up, it was like PB&J or one of those guys was like, this is like or Lamb Chops, I think it was like, this is like a Peach version of Mewtwo King, and it was kind of like, there were these parallels. It was actually kind of chilling at the time to think that there could be more than one Mewtwo King.
And it's such a hype way to think about the game. I know especially for people who aren't, hyper competitive at the top level of Melee and can know the nuances, just being able to simplify it down to like these cool, different styles is a really fun way to experience watching it, to think about the game. And, obviously it's not that simple. It's not that black and white, right? It's not. But like it's the way an anime does it, where it's like this guy plays this way and this, it's just cool. It's a cool way to look at it. And,
and I think it's cool to hear a guy like Armada say it, because when Armada says it,
it has like meaning, it has weight.
It's like, if Armada's saying it's not a meme anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's one of the best parts of the doc so far is that they've gotten so many top players to say things that really reinforce the storyline they're trying to paint. So it doesn't feel like it's made up. It feels like these things were actually in people's heads at the time. Like some of the quotes they got Mango to say, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I was like, damn, if Mango thought that really means it. Because Mango would be the first to be like, that's bullshit. Like, like if he didn't believe it. So it was just cool.
So this is kind of a callback to, if you remember the last time we did a Reads episode in person, before quarantine.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Zain. We talked about you talked about how you felt from Zain like he was miles better than the field at kind of distancing his self-worth from his performance. And how he really kind of didn't have this sense of,
I remember that
his ego wouldn't get shattered from loss, and he was really good at focusing on kind of what he needed to focus on. And I was making this point, I kind of realized this watching the doc, how all of the top players kind of took little different facets of things from each other. Something I've noticed in the community very recently is I feel like all of the top players have gotten a lot better at handling loss. And I actually started thinking out loud, I wonder if there is some influence that's happening where Zain and his, I think, great competitive mentality is actually rubbing off on the other top players. And I'm starting to think, yes.
Yeah.
Zain doc, next one.
Just a thought I had.
Zain.
That's all Karen's been saying is like, when's the Zain doc? I'm trying to see the Zain doc.
Yeah.
Karen's a big Zain fan. I'm a big Zain fan.
I feel like everything Zain, Leffen said he wanted to be, which is like the one solo god, the true end of the era. It almost feels like that's what Zain's really done. Like Leffen pioneered it. He broke the door open, but Zain has cleaned out everything that there used to be.
Yeah.
He's bulldozed the old mall and built a new emporium and a Zain multiplex.
Put up new statues.
Yeah, because it is really the Zain era. No one, if you're not grinding 24/7, you can't even touch him. You can't even.
That's crazy.
What's the word for that? Iconoclasm.
That's a new word for me. I don't know. You have to explain it.
It's the action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices.
That's what I think.
All over everything.
I think that's what Leffen did. Leffen like knew about all this old shit and he's like, I want to tear it down, I want to break it. And Zain's almost like
Zain did.
Zain didn't even care. Zain's beyond that. Zain is like moving, like he's not even trying. He's not attacking that because it doesn't matter to him. It's so far beneath him. That stuff is so. It's like ancient history. It feels different to me.
But also, I feel like both of what you're saying. I see both of what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's like not in conflict, actually.
Yeah. I just feel like it mattered to Leffen, and to Zain's almost like Music King's like,
but that's one of those
that doesn't
things.
matter
Like,
to me. Like
that's actually one of those things. Like if you try to beat the best, you're always like rotating around them. You know what I'm saying? You never get your own center of gravity.
Yeah.
You have to have your own perspective, and I feel like that's another one of those things with Zain. Like he's just different.
Yeah, he does not define himself by his record versus other gods or whatever. Like it's
That's that non-dual shit, dude. That's that Bruce Lee stuff, right? That's the part that I like
so sick.
Dude, I love that Bruce Lee shit.
At the end of the day, I just feel bad for Leffen and Mango, and especially in this last couple episodes, it just feels like, man, because there's like
what do you think?
30,000
about what's coming?
Yeah,
what do you think is coming up?
What do you mean? Oh, for the next episodes?
I was just curious. Yeah, have you guys?
From what I can gather,
Apex, right? Apex 2015 feels like the big
climax.
The climax.
From what I can gather, the focal point of these episodes, and I think the way it started was it was going to be an Armada PP doc, and I think it got expanded into a Five Gods doc, which kind of explains some of the directorial decisions you see with like, PP was really sad this year, and it's got a really sad vibe, so kind of lines up. I expect it's going to end on a high note with PP in Apex 2015, and PP Armada Grand Finals in Apex 2015. I think that's how it's going to kind of come to a head.
Imagine it ends with Leffen versus Chillin, and then we just go super deep into that, dude.
Let's fucking go.
Money from
did you have any context as the host? So I was a spectator purely. Did you know what the fuck? Because when they started playing the Leffen diss track, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. I did not know what was going on. Can you explain what that was like? Like here, because I'm sure you had some kind of little walkthrough. Okay, this is how it's gonna be. They're gonna play this little song.
To look at it in that point of view, and it's like this shot music video with smoke coming up from his feet, and it's like, what the fuck is like? Where did this come from? We're all in like an empty warehouse watching Chillin dude rap a music video to fight Leffen. It was crazy.
You're gonna listen to it right now.
Oh, live listening? I'm gonna put
live
it on.
Listening.
Woo!
Do.
Yeah.
Gotta get the lyrics.
All right, so now I'm gonna. This is.
Pussy, stop talking. You're not one of the gods. You're one of the god awful. We all got kin when looking at your fox. Bitch, stick to smash 4 and losing by 4 stocks. Not a fan of your style.
And it's just Leffen getting owned in all the clips.
Get wins watching the man when he's down. Like I beat Mango. I'm the favorite if he chokes. As far as Armada goes, I'll just wait till he's a host.
Good spike.
Who said you were a god? I know it wasn't pluck. Been here 10 years and you know I'm showing up. For a man of many words, I think you said enough. So place your bets. Whoever wanna see Leffen looking dumb, throw your money on the line cause I'm making some. Gotta say, bro, you looking awfully weak. Wait and see what happens in the salty sweet. Vanilla Fox don't suit you. Go find another. Teach you a lesson and take back my color.
It is a great story, and respect to Chillin for having the balls to make a full rap before he goes up against a guy that's favored.
For sure.
Chillin was backstage, and she's talking to, I think it was like G Money, Siren, maybe some East Coast people, and he was like he's getting ready for the money match, and he's like kind of psyching himself up, talking through his game plan. He's like, okay. So yeah, Leffen's really good. I mean, he's got good combos, very modern kind of Fox, but I think I've got one thing that he's not going to be able to deal with, which is those falling up airs I do. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, bro. And I kind of walked away from there like, all right, Chillin's completely fucked. He's completely fucked. Like,
your smile turning to a frown as you walk away.
I thought at first I was like, well, Chillin's pretty good. Maybe he can take a game. And after hearing his game plan of like, I'm going to hit him with falling up airs, I was like,
what are you talking about?
5-0 now. And then time for the main event. And the rap song starts playing, Leffen diss track. And I didn't know what the fuck was happening. And like I explained, it was like I lived, because we didn't have Smash diss tracks back then.
Yeah.
Mike Hayes and a couple others kind of got into that game. Right. But at the time, I did not know what the fuck was happening. All this, and as this song was played, and I slowly realized what was going on, I felt for like a flicker, I was like, Chillin's gonna win.
How could you? That's the power of the
Not
music.
falling up there. There's
That's the
one
power.
thing that changes the whole fucking script. Flips the whole fucking script. It's this fucking rap song. One of the greatest streams I've ever seen a Smasher do.
You know what's funny though is if it was a 4-1, if it had been a 4-1 or anything less than a 5-0, it wouldn't be such a moment, you know? Not even 3-0, dude. You had to be up there for like a full half an hour getting your ass beat, and you haven't won a game.
Rap genius. With explanations
And
just to some of the dialogue.
Fucking Leffen slapping his knee and laughing the whole time every time you try to fucking do a combo or oh my god, I can't even imagine. Chillin is a man of iron.
Gloss over it. Please don't gloss over it.
Please don't gloss over it, dude. That's a very important moment.
I need the story to be told
Tell it true.
with fidelity.
Yeah, and don't open with Leffen making fun of disabled people before. Just go right. That's my one editor's note is cut right to the match. Like, cut right to the match.
I hate Chillin, dude. I think he's kind of washed up. But you know who else I think is really washed up?
Yeah, the guy in the wheelchair over there. I hate him too. Like, don't do that. Don't have that quote from Leffen. Just go straight into the.
Edit that one out.
That would be the one thing I'd.
Oh.
You know, that reminds me of someone else who got an old legend to come back for Evo, but by beating their ass in a money match.
That wasn't mentioned, yeah.
Scar made Ken come back for Evo by beating him in a best of 7 live on stream in a really epic show match. I think it was one of the most viewed.
Match.
It was one of the most viewed melee videos on video on YouTube for a while. It was up there.
Yeah.
Actually, wait.
They had this whole hype intro. During his prime, he was virtually unbeatable.
Oh, yeah, that
highlights.
was sick.
He killed Mufasa, and it's Scar. That's
one of these players was virtually unbeatable.
The other one
plays
killed
the bar.
a cartoon lion. He's the king of Smash. He's the people's champ. I mean, I don't know. This is all like the early phases of like hype melee matches and
Yeah. Like, no. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was game 7. Yeah, game 7.
I was losing. I made a comeback. I was down like 3 games to 1 or something. I was down.
Wow.
People counted me out. I made a comeback. Yeah, he wasn't gonna go, and this was like a money match for him. If I win, you go to Evo. If you win, you're the people's champ or some shit like that. That's actually exactly what I said. I will call you the people's champ from now on. That was what was on the line.
Bobby, you bet. So I'm so glad he fucking won.
Yeah.
Me too. Hey, me too.
You know what?
There's a lot on the line.
Bobby, I don't think these stakes are fair.
I had to win anyway. I know how you're feeling right now.
My one fighting God story is when Mango showed up drunk to the Twitch office and was hanging out because Scar couldn't hang out with him yet. He was busy. So we were in the break room just playing friendlies. And I could tell Mango was like,
I was there.
He was just kind of drunk or whatever. Like he was out of it. And we were playing friendlies and I was like taking some games, getting some gimp, taking some stocks. And I obviously know I'm nowhere near Mango. I felt kind of good. And then Scar came in. He's like, all right, let's go. Let's get out of here. And then Mango goes, wait, one more. And he sits up for 1 second. Like, his eyes light for a little bit. And he beats my ass like I've never even been close to anyone that level. So he beats my ass like I've never been beat in any game in my entire life. 4 stock completely, almost a JV5. And then he goes, just so you don't think you won any of those friendlies. Like that was the one line he tells me, just so you don't think any of that mattered. That was such an epic God moment. Like at any moment he could turn it on. Cause we've been playing for like an hour and a half. I've been getting some gimps. He just had to know, like he knew as a melee player that would be in my head. Like, because if you ever win a friendly as a melee player, you're always like thinking a little bit like, oh, I'm kind of nice. Like no matter who it is, you always think it. You can't get out of your head. And he knew that about me.
Nice.
Knew I didn't say anything, but he knew it, and he had to let me know. And I thought that was such an epic God moment.
He's a sociopath, dude.
Yeah, he really.
He does every manipulation trick in the book. PP definitely had some shit to say about Mango, dude. PP is definitely basically saying like, dude, fuck that guy. And I think it was actually kind of dope that's what the storyline came to at Kings of Cali, where like that losers finals was him kind of saying like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because Hugo the whole time was just like, Mango's gonna win.
Yeah.
Game 1. Oh, Mango's winning.
Yeah, like, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all.
Not worried.
He wins 1 game and now it's 2-1. And it's like, oh, he tastes the bit of defeat. He doesn't like it.
Spits it out.
Gonna win. And then he loses.
That's
just
actually
to see
so
it
true.
The way Ken saw it.
Yeah.
You're so right. Because I remember in that moment. In that moment, I was on Team Ken as that set was happening, or Team Ken, Team Hugs.
Yeah.
Like as that set was happening, I'm like, no, Mango's gonna clutch up and he's gonna. Yeah, I remember going back and rewatching the commentary. I was like, damn, Ken was just right.
Ken was seeing it before other people. Yeah, he was like, wait a minute. I've been a competitor.
He was just looking at it. And he also, the thing is that he saw the winner's set where Mango just whooped him, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like
Coming
Ken saw the
3-0.
set where Mango beat PP. He's going into it saying like, dude, this is going to be hard for PP because he just doesn't look like he's in the same league as Mango.
Yeah.
And I feel like within game 1, he was saying like, no, PP came to play.
Yeah. They didn't talk about, they talked about Kings of Cali 4.
They didn't talk about my boy BenSW.
They didn't talk about BenSW making Amsa win.
They didn't.
They didn't mention that at all. It's such a pipital point.
That's a missed opportunity.
If I could, edit out. Here's my. If I could have Magic Wand, Dream World, I can have all the power. That's what I want.
Yes.
Okay? I'm gonna edit out Leffen, some of the bad shit. Edit out. Whatever. Edit out him talking about how he hates disabled people.
Yeah,
I'm gonna edit that out.
Sure.
Take that out. Maybe we'll put it later.
Yeah, put it later. Just give you an intro. Warm you up.
It's like a by the way. Yeah. So
by the way, he does hate disabled people, but that's
by the way. Anyway, so I edit that stuff out, but now there's a void. What am I going to put in? Okay. Back to Kings of Cali 4. One of the original gods, Mewtwo King, is having a tough time at this tournament. Yeah, there was this guy behind me. I was playing Amsa, and he was just yelling, 7th place, really loudly in my ear. I saw him at one point throw a cup of ice at children. I thought he was a real mean guy. To this day, I have no idea who it was. And then cut to BenSW interview. Yeah, fuck Mewtwo King. Yeah, I was really wanting Amsa to win. I don't know, just BenSW shit. That would be the perfect world for me.
You know what you could do? Because you could actually do it like one of those mystery alien films and have a zoom in on the crowd of every top 8 for the past like 6 years. Dun, dun, dun. And you zoom in, you see BenSW in the front row every single time. He's puppet master, dude. He's behind the strings. He decides who he wants to win and he cheers so loudly he makes it happen. BenSW's been pulling the strings of Melee fucking since 2014 at the minimum. Final episode tomorrow, right?
Yeah, 7 and 8.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And then it's on Vimeo. Is that what I'm hearing? That's how you get it?
I guess so. I don't know why they're not going
How
YouTube.
am I going to share it with my mom? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, my assumption is like after it ends, he's just like making sure he gets as many views on like the live premiere, and then he's going to like, let everyone get in on it with whatever Vimeo.
That might be hard to share. Yeah.
I don't trust the Vimeo link. You better be a monopoly for me to trust you. You better have a total monopoly on something on the internet.
Yes.
Dude, get it on Netflix, and so everyone worldwide can hate Leffen. We can get like a real trend going. This is so sick. This is such a good time. Especially given how hard Nintendo just shitting on us, COVID ruining all tournaments, and like Melee still comes out with like some of the best content ever.
Disabled people.
Yeah, the big 3. It's been a whirlwind.
I am in my Twitch days. I am so glad I went to Europe a couple times. I went to 2 of the DreamHack tournaments, and I went to Air. I'm so glad I got to see Armada in that environment. Like at Air, especially when he didn't enter, he entered doubles, and he was one of the doubles. He won doubles with his brother, and he just kind of hung out. And I remember, okay, let me tell you, this is my favorite mental image I've ever had of Armada. So Air is this really cool. Neither of you guys have ever been to an Air tournament.
I have not. No, I've heard stories.
The coolest tradition. So listen. They don't give trophies. They don't give medals. What they do, and I still have mine because I won crews.
Nice.
They give you, if you win singles or doubles, you get a mug of beer. If you win crews, everyone in the winning crew gets a shot, and you take it during the ceremony. And it is the fucking sickest.
That's so hype.
So Armada and Android win doubles, and they get their giant mugs of beer like a pint. And you're expected to take a nice swig, and then you can kind of nurse it for the rest of the evening. Yeah. And Armada picks up his fucking, and it is a massive. I gotta find this footage at some point.
Oh, here's the clip. Oh, I'll play it.
There's a clip.
It's called The One True God.
Can I link you the clip?
What am I doing over here? I'm just.
Wow, Android takes the smallest sip. Android doesn't even try, dude. Look at Armada. What a beast. Holy.
And by the way, he sat there for like a good 5 minutes.
Oh, that'll hit you. Yeah, oh my God.
It was so sick. It was like.
There's Aiden.
Dude.
Everyone cheering.
Proud.
Damn, that's amazing. Yep. You could also see, I mean, even if you never saw this doc, and just from me on the outside, not knowing too much about the Armada story with his brother, it was obvious to any casual viewer of Melee that when he won doubles with his brother, he was more happy than anything else. He would always pop off harder. He'd always smile bigger. And as someone, I don't even care about doubles that much.
He did the Richard Nixon.
Yeah, there's an emotion there. But
yeah, I might see what my wife's up to.
What else did I want to say? I had a Scar story.
I want to stick around for that.
We were talking about the Ken. We were talking about Ken. It reminded me of, one of the cool things for me getting into the scene around 2014 was, I talked about this with Toph a little bit earlier, was seeing the rise of Scar and Toph. But the other side of that was sort of the fall of Scar as a player and into more of a voice of the community. And I got to see it firsthand because whenever I first met you, you still thought of yourself as a player who commentated on the side. Like, you worked at Twitch, but you still saw yourself as a top player, and you were hustling, going to like every local in NorCal, and I would tag along with you. And I remember talking to people, and everyone still had that respect in their voice for Scar. Because when I saw you play at the office, you weren't trying that hard. That's how I knew you going in. But when I would go to tournaments, I remember talking to Pew Pew, and I was like, I was just joking about Scar's Falcon. He's like, put some respect on Scar's Falcon's name. That's a top. I remember saying like, I wasn't sure.
Respect on the name. Fuck yeah, Kevin.
I actually want to chime in here.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, when I started working at Twitch, we started going to tournaments. I remember we went to one of the big ones for me was Super Sweet. And I remember, you weren't really practicing anymore. I was trying to get, because I never had a fucking top 8 in major. I still really haven't. And, I kind of like looked up to you as like, a fucking working man that's still getting it.
Yes, me too. So much.
I remember like Bobby is the kind of guy that just will go to tournaments, not practice, and he will just get.
Yes, dude. You're vocalizing what I couldn't say.
Like, he will get to that part of the bracket where he only loses to like top players for free. Like,
honestly, just people actually just got so much better at the game.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah,
the level of play of everyone else is so good.
Yeah,
Bobby, I just want you to know, like, because I don't think I ever really verbalized this to you, but like, there was definitely a long time where I was like, I felt like I was working really hard to like, almost like just like catch up to you or chase your legacy or something like that. And I don't know, it was like I've always had so much respect for you as like a Captain Falcon player. You have no idea.
That's sick, dude.
That Ben?
The BenSW.
Ben, have you been here the whole time?
No, I was playing Among Us with some.
Hey, you didn't hear the Kings of Cali 4 part.
Whatever it was probably inaccurate.
Well, no, I was just saying what I would do if I had a full, like, if I had full
final cut on the documentary.
Final cut, yeah. And I'd put a little bit more about the 7th place chat at Kings of Cali 4. I thought that really was. I didn't like how they glossed over that.
They glossed over it.
Do people know that Kings of Cali 4 is the origin of Streets 112 in the Melee community? So
Oscar definitely told me about it at some point, but I didn't know it was Kings of Cali 4.
It was Kings of Cali 4. It was me, you, Mango, Atrioc, and Oscar in that hotel room by the venue. And Oscar's like, yo, we have to watch this YouTube video. It's so good. And in my mind, when he said that, I was like, oh, God, this is like college. This is like that kid in college who's like, oh, we have to watch this YouTube video.
Wait. Let me cut you off right here, Ben. You, in your head, you kid in college, Oscar?
No, this was the first time I ever met Oscar. This was the first event I had ever met Oscar. And like, I knew him to be cool. And so, like, the first part of my brain was like, oh,
don't kid in college, Oscar.
All right, but
if
to be fair,
says he's got a good video for you.
Well, I didn't know that. I never met him.
Well, I'm just saying, I hope you learned your lesson.
I did.
Ben's saying part of the story is look how wrong he was.
Yeah, he's admitting to it. Yeah.
He showed us the greatest video of all time. The greatest video on YouTube. Fair.
Yeah, you got Oscar really wrong because he pulls out some bangers. If he says we got to watch something, you got to fucker. You just shut up and you watch it. Yeah, because every once in a while we'll pull out Streets 112.
I remember the first couple tournaments we would all go to, all the locals in NorCal, hang out after them. Bobby would always put on Juggle Fox versus M2K. Always, like repeatedly. It was his favorite way to wind down after a tournament. Is like, let's all watch Juggle Fox.
It was us. Wait, it was us four, right? When we all worked at Twitch, we had that recurring. Calendar invite.
We would hang out. Yeah, watch Juggle Fox.
Friday after work, we would get into a meeting room and we'd put it on Protector and watch Juggle Fox get up tilted by Beach King.
I think
it's just so beautiful.
It is.
If you guys don't know, Juggle Guy is not a Fox player, but he played I don't know, like a set or a couple of games versus Mewtwo King.
Sure fucking is it.
And he just gets completely styled on for, I don't know, a long time in a YouTube video. And it's really funny.
Mewtwo King basically ordered him to play Fox.
Super funny to watch, but it was just like this tradition that I felt like I was being led into.
Mewtwo King at one point decides, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to up tilt. And I'm going to see what happens.
The first time
we're going to watch
this
guys' actions.
Was at NCR because Bob, we were in that basement of that Airbnb.
Are you at that same point?
Oh, yeah.
Like 1 minute.
I'm at 106 right now.
Fox versus
I'm at 102.
This is
honestly the first time watching this video, Bobby, you were like, "This is church. We got to put it on to watch it."
Yeah, it was like a real religious moment. Because we were at that house, Ben. Remember the rented? Yeah, the Airbnb. Yeah. We rented this really nice Airbnb. And we sat in the middle of this rich family's house that we were renting, pulled down this big projector, sat on beanbags, and just like turned the lights down. He's like, "You gotta watch this." And it was just like Juggle Fox getting destroyed.
10 minutes straight.
I was like, what is it? And then Bobby's laughing the whole way through. Like he's already seen it, and it's 13 minutes of Bobby giggling at fucking Juggle Fox. It was really a surreal experience.
I love it.
Yeah, me too, just up tilting over and over.
He does it. He kills him. Edge guards him. It edge guards him the other way.
This is
you could ask any Fox player. You could ask me.
Yeah.
Okay, Metagame would come to your house. First of all, he would drink all your milk. Okay, that was the first. In your fridge, he would drink all your milk. Second of all, he'd ask you to play him in friendlies. So you pick FD. Okay, if you're a Fox player, pick FD.
Yeah, he would pick FD.
You would no say in the matter.
Dude, he would pick FD.
And he would fucking just make you feel like you weren't human. He would make you feel lower than dirt.
Yeah.
Hours and he wouldn't let you leave.
Oh, man.
Keep playing. I got to practice more. And it felt terrible. It was the worst feeling. This was why they were the gods. Like, it just felt like they were on completely another plane. Not even another plane, another axis.
Yeah. It was something special. It really. Yeah.
And his aura outside.
Yeah, his aura.
You would side
He's Darth Vader. He's this scrawny kid in a hoodie, but like he's Darth Vader. And
he's both. He's
Darth Vader in Rogue One. In Rogue One, he's like just.
It was just that's what the story
was.
Like, and that's how we all felt.
Yeah.
For people in chat who don't know, Atrioc, like in 2014, when he was an employee at Twitch, messaged Mewtwo on Facebook being like, "Yo, dude, like I'm trying to get better at my Sheik Gimps. Can you give me any tips?" He was that guy for Mewtwo. That's how much in love you were with Mewtwo, right?
Yeah, man, I don't know if that was in law. Yeah, I messaged a top player for help.
That's dope.
No, you were a big Atrioc. I gotta tell you, there were events where like I was. You weren't there. It was like a Canadian tournament, and I was talking to Mango like after the tournament or whatever. And I don't know how you came up. Like I was prior working at Twitch, and I was talking about it, and Mango was like, Atrioc? Yeah, I don't really trust that guy. I know that guy's a Mewtwo King fanboy.
Can I tell you the first fucking?
That guy's a Mewtwo King.
Okay, this is a story that needs to be told because I'm pissed at Scar to this day, dude. I'm pissed at Scar to this day. This story, this has to come up. I am a new player to Melee in 2014. The doc has come out. I'm so excited. Everything's fucking exciting. I'm going to all these tournaments. I'm hanging out with Scar. I feel like in 2014, I feel like not Forrest Gump because I feel like I'm just there at all these moments. I'm in the background of every key moment. It's so awesome. I get to see everything that's happening through 2014. And I'm a huge Mango fanboy. I fucking love Mango. He's the fucking heart and soul of Melee. He's awesome. And the first meeting I get to have with Mango is Mango's house in Norwalk on July 4th. That's how I get to meet Mango. I'm like, this is going to be fucking amazing. I'm going with Scar to Mango's house on July 4th. He's Mr. America in Norwalk. Fireworks going off. This is going to be amazing. And we get there, and I hit it off with Mango right away. We're joking. We're having a good time. I'm complimenting his family's cooking. We played some games.
It was tasty.
It was great. We're having a great time. And then Mango's like, what's your Twitter? Let me follow you. We're just talking, and I'm pulling my phone out, and we're sitting next to a fence, and Scar peeks his fucking head over the fence like Wilson from fucking Home Improvement. He peeks his head over the fence, and he goes, yo, you know Atrioc's a Metagame fanboy, right? And you can see Mango's whole face change. Dude, he fucking closes the Twitter app right in front of me. He's about to hit follow, dude. He's one fucking note-emitting follow, and his whole demeanor changes.
The second part of that story is that there's like an after party for Kings of Cali. It's actually like at the end of Saturday before the final day. Red Bull throws it at this like beach party on Venice Beach.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And we're all drinking, having a great time. You leave early, Atrioc, to go hang out with one of your friends from LA, right?
Yeah. They were there. They were visiting me. Yeah.
And so we get kicked out of the venue. We're all super drunk. It's me, Bobby, and Mango standing on the street corner, and we're like calling an Uber to get back home. And Mango's like drunk, and he's like, wait. Where's Atrocious? Me and Bobby just look at each other like,
dude, it took me like a fucking year. It took me like a fucking year to actually be friends with Mango after that. Like literally, it started so much later because of that one moment.
I feel like Leffen's part of the movie could have of the documentary could have done better if there was just like one talking head talking about how I don't know. My opinion of Leffen is that he has incredibly high standards for himself, and where his shortcomings come from is when he projects those high standards on other people. So like when he was a kid, I feel like he was projecting those super high standards on everybody else. And
well, yeah,
if somebody had just explained that, I don't know.
They're also not mentioning he's 15 years old and lonely, and all his friend group is melee, and they pretty much hate him. I mean, they're talking shit on him, like. Yeah. So he's like obviously going to act out a bit. Like if they just had his side of the story on that a little bit, or
did you just watch that first game? Oh my goodness!
I'm in the middle of it. He's getting.
If they just had one more story about a disabled person who got made fun of by him.
You're so right.
I messaged you about this, Atrioc, but I remember we were driving up to NorCal Regionals and we were stopped at a gas station and you pulled out Twitch on your phone to watch the end of that EU tournament where Leffen beats Armada.
Yeah, because it was the first time.
It was the first time. It was like I remember standing at that gas station pumping gas and then peering over your shoulder, feeling like butterflies in my stomach because it was like, oh,
this had never been done.
Happening.
And they didn't even really talk. They talked about how no one had beaten the 5 gods, but they made it seem like Leffen was already sort of made it when he started beating the first ones. But really, we kept saying at the time, this Northern time was like he never won a tournament. Like the 5 gods win a tournament. Leffen's never won a tournament. And then so when he finally beat Armada in that tournament, people still said like, oh, it was when he was a host, like or like. It took like a lot of like different excuses for every step of the way, but that first tournament was a big deal because it had not happened, and we thought it couldn't happen. Yeah. Let's watch the set that matters. This is a great set. Holy moly!
It's a great set. Yeah,
this is one of the recent all-time great sets.
I remember I was talking to Mango after this tournament about this set, where I was saying like, of all the sets that I loved at this tournament,
this one was.
I really loved
the grand finals. I gotta say I think the fact that Mango can keep up with Zain in this era is so super awesome compared to any other esport. I really respect that because, especially watching the doc and seeing how fucking long this guy's been doing it, it doesn't like Double Lift just retired right from League, and even still near the end he never touched the ceiling. He never beat Faker or the top. Double Lift's always been good, but he's never been the ceiling. Mango's been at the top multiple times and is still fucking running this young, hungry ass kid, Zain. Nobody's been hungrier in years. And Mango's the only one giving him a fight. And like that is really something. That you don't get that. You don't get that almost anywhere else.
Like when Royal Flush happened, I remember very distinctly, I couldn't go to that event. I was sitting in my then girlfriend's apartment watching Royal Flush. And when Mango won, I popped off so hard that person turned to me and was like, I never saw that passion out of you. And, like when we were dating. Like
that's the truest BenSW story I've ever heard. That is the truest BenSW story ever heard. I'm sure on his wedding day or when his kid is born or whatever, it's not going to be the same as Mango winning a big tourney because he gets torqued. He throws ice at children, man. He goes nuts.
Good times. I'll catch you all soon.
I love you guys.
Bye. Episodes tomorrow.
Have a great one. Yeah, watch tomorrow, everybody.